Hey, Empress Five and here. Everybody is blessed. So, I thought I would just do a reading. Um, I'm working from home today, so I thought, you know what? As I'm taking a little mini break, let me pull a card. I'm pulling from the African Goddess Rising Oracle card. Very gorgeous. Um, Obviously, this is called African Goddess, but there's also divine masculine energies in here, and you know that we are both masculine and feminine regardless. So to hang up on the gender game, energetic thing. The message will not resonate with everyone. Take what doesn't, leave what doesn't. I just felt like I need to do that. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I haven't really been posting very much on here. I've been focusing on my sessions on Patreon. I've been absolutely loving them. We are currently reading Pussy Prayers by Black Girl Bliss, which is absolutely amazing. Um, we'll be looking into other books when that one's finished. We may go on to book two actually, called Please. So join the Patreon. Links are in the bio. And the links in the description box. I'm so used to saying that being on Instagram as well. Yeah, also link me on Instagram. You'll see my posts on there. Mainly, the main content is on um, Patreon. I have my moon meditations that I do with Etherical, my astrologer, and my the astrologer extraordinaire, I like to call him. We just finished doing the new moon in Virgo. We do a meditation reading. Um, Very, very powerful breakdowns. So to check that out, links are in the description box. Also, the Sexy Tarot is on there as well. Um, to join the audio book club that I run every week at Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's also available, and so much more extra bonus content. So, without any further ado, let's see what comes up. So, two cards. So it's number 27 and it is Azuli Danto, etheric chords. How gorgeous that card is. Etheric chords. So in the etheric chord is is the invisible connection that we all have. We are all linked. There is an etherical chord. We all energetically share space and time and energy, and we may not be able to see it. It's one that is felt. Some interactions more than others. However, it's that pulling, the soul tribe, feeling for your family, for your peoples. And it's like recognizing that person when you've met them for the first time, it could be. And this lady has a sword in her hand, so possibly, some energy around um, protection, protecting the etherical cause effect, protecting the energy, that kind of vibe. There's children here, so there's divine feminine energy around nurturing. But I like the balance between that nurturing energy, but also that fire, passionate, don't play with my babies out. Chop you down, Aya. You know them way there, that kind of vibe. Um, but then that nurturing, soft, energy that we both can, that we all can have. So let me get the number 27. And I don't want to butcher the names, but I am not great with some of these African goddess pronunciations. So please bear with. So I would say it's Azuli Danto. Okay. Goddess of etherical chords from Haiti. Temple of Lovers. Element is fire. I said fire. I felt that. The element is fire. Azuli Dantor fought elbow to elbow with her people during the Haitian Revolution to protect mothers and children. Wow. She represents the healing of the Dark Mother. Azuli Dantor's guidance. If it isn't wholehearted love, release it. Remember your worth. The embodiment. The energy called the energy calls binding you to someone you no longer wish to be attached to is so strong you must be willing to let go. Close your eyes. See divine swords of God, goddesses, loving light separating you and dissolving the cords between you. You are both whole and healed. Just as you shower to cleanse physical grime, there is also grime in the form of energy cords, also called karmic ribbons, emotional cords, or etherical cords. Spiritual maintenance is required. Goddess declaration, I am worthy, compassionate, and whole. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now I caught this energy around around this sword and protection. I didn't realize that it was like I've made this joke about cut you down. Now this is a Haitian goddess, you know, supporting women and children, protecting, stepping out, doing the damn thing. And then also the message is about cutting the cords that no longer serve. So if it's not wholehearted love and it's all kind of, it's like an itsy bitsy kind of thing, we don't really feel great around each other. We maybe have it, we may be still in each other's company because of, you know, um, nostalgia, familiarity, habit, close proximity. We may be blood related. We may have been friends for whatever. We may be colleagues. But then there is this energy that if it's not wholehearted love and it's not elevating you, then cut it. Because, like it said, about having physical grime on your body and we need to cleanse, is the same way we need to cleanse our energy. And this speaks so much to what I've dealt with over this weekend, realizing that a connection of mine is really, really completely over. It was quite painful, but also very refreshing. And this resonates with me. Nothing but love out to everyone, and that family in particular, nothing but love. But in the standing that times have changed and we have elevated and we've moved on, and some of our unhealthy bonds and our unhealthy attachments to one another, recognizing, wow, we were really, really a crutch, in real bad times. It would just be like on the phone constantly. And sometimes it was counterproductive, and other times it was really, really great. But the realization that the Most High makes things happen for a reason, so if the connections are weighing thin, if things are not popping like Sprite, it's not doing the thing how it was doing it one time after, numerous occasions of trying and, obviously not saying this dashway people, but then we've got to understand that these chords are quite heavy and they can weigh us down energetically. So, wow, I don't know who that resonates with. That's number 27. Uzuli Dantor. Okay. So, she's all about the etheric cord cutting, you know. So, on to number 31. Yashigi, live out loud. Number 31. Yashigi. Let's see what energy this is. Right. I think it's Yashigi. Yeah. Goddess of living out loud from the Dogon and Mali tribe. She is the temple is of the griots. So griots are the storytellers. The ones that keep the traditions and what happened in the past and kind of keeping things alive. Her element is water. So it says has the Yashigi has the reputation of being a free-spirited party goddess. For the Dogon people of Mali, she was the first Yashin. The Yashins are women empowered to participate in masked dances. Yashigi's guidance: express yourself. You have something to say. Share your voice and magic. Express your you-ness, the embodiment. The way you express yourself won't make everyone happy. And that's okay. You are not meant to. Living out loud and self-expression looks different for everyone. For outgoing for outgoing extroverts, self-expression may mean dancing on tables and screaming your points of view. Introverts may speak out in other ways and save the louder parts for their personalities or their loved ones. Goddess declaration: I am free to express myself fully. I am free to express myself fully. So this energy is talking about just being. So what the thread that I'm seeing is that cord cutting, that once you shake off this energy, there is a fresh, vibrant energy that comes in, that will come in, like this mass dance expression. And it says it might not, you know, be for everybody's cup of tea the way you do your thing, but it's about you expressing yourself and it's going to look different to everyone. So it's about living out loud, not being inhibited or restricted by anybody else, but your free expression. And obviously, for the extroverts, that may mean jumping on the table. Like I went to Carnival over the bank holiday weekend. It was so lit. Pair bad behavior was going on. Yes, bums were flicking. I'm saying feathers were just doing the sway, and it was really, really beautiful. So I experienced this energy of people just expressing themselves wholeheartedly, with no inhibitions, especially when a little juice is involved, I'm saying free up themselves. So there is this energy of that. And then also, obviously, you have the other more introverts who may not be jumping around, jumping on tables and screaming their points of view, but they communicate in other ways. This might be the person who writes that really deep letter about how they really feel, or that text that's however long, this mad paragraph, um, that kind of thing, and then reserve all of their madness for their personal relationships, like their partners get to really see them, and maybe they live out loud, in a more creative and sexual way. This, in a way that we all can communicate in a different way. But I'm seeing that this reading is definitely one that resonates with myself. It's a reminder that although some interactions may be closed, time has passed, that there is much to be thankful for. There is much still to dance and laugh and enjoy. And we did that over this bank holiday weekend. We really let our hair down and we just danced and we enjoyed ourselves, and we played with spirit. We really got into the energy, and we were not restricted or not inhibited in our expressions. Um, so yeah, I mean, I had a whole load of emotions actually, and in saying that, um, even just sort of expressing myself and feeling, open to sort of express myself, I had a moment of anxiety. I had a real shake in my vibration. I think after the lockdown, having some time where we're kind of all to ourselves, not really seeing anybody, large crowds, and I had a really triggering moment. There was lots of people rushing by me really fast, and I spun. And I was just like, I'm a big girl, For you to spin my body, you had to be moving quite fast, and there was a few of them. Um, so it sort of caught me in a moment where I kind of was taken back. to a really harsh time. I was caught up in the London Bridge terror attack in 2019. And although I've had some therapy and I've done some work and I continue to do work and work on myself, um, it rears its ugly head every so often. And that level of anxiety ran through my body. Took me a good 10, 15 minutes to really just come all the way down. My breathing techniques, they really, really helped. I'm thankful that I've got tools. I'm thankful that I was with my sister and my cousin, and they were fully understanding of where I was at. You know, I didn't feel weak. I didn't feel any kind of way. I just felt in my truth in that moment. I was overwhelmed. I was triggered. And also, like I said, I was confronted with a old connection that possibly I may need to do a little bit more work on actually cutting that particular cord. Um, yeah, you know, especially after not seeing them for so long and then kind of seeing them, it was sort of like, ooh, kind of thing. But I'm glad that my true nature came out because I didn't give any bad screw face or anything. I just like, oh, you look beautiful. You know, I saw them at the carnival, and it's a crazy thing when you think about, you know, 2 years ago we had all planned to go together. You know, the connection's not the same, not it's gone now. However, after this whole lockdown, not seeing them and then being like, oh, hello, you know, the first thing that came out of my mouth in the shock of seeing them, especially it was funny because it was just, you know, in the midst of all of that, you know, me being spun around by so many people and kind of feeling flustered, going through that and then sort of seeing them head on and then be like, oh, and I just saw them in their costumes and thought, oh, you look beautiful. And I just kept it pushing, you know. So even the awkwardness or, you know, any kind of feelings or any kind of thoughts, whatever is my true essence was shown. I managed to say words that were kind to my fellow sistrins. I was able to just, it just came out, and I'm thankful that that's what came out, you know, and myself is still being shown regardless of whatever it is. And it's my personal, um, I feel like it's a personal triumph, you know, so I can say wholeheartedly that that connection is pretty much done. I need to be okay with that 100% now that it's kind of come up again. Um, you know, and, you know, this is definitely a time where we review everything, you know, after having the new moon in Virgo, where we're really refining things. We're really looking at, you know, what we've been working on, what's really worked, the things that we've sort of said, it's kind of working, but this keeps happening. There's a pattern here. Every time I get to this point, this happens. Maybe my ego takes over. Maybe, you know, she rushes in trying to save me, you know, from new things, new changes, you know, kind of like, it's okay, want you to stick to what we're doing. We're comfortable with what we're doing, that kind of vibe, you know. So whatever way in which it kind of unfolds, this reading is pretty much about the connections that we all have etherically anyway, recognizing the warrior within us as nurturers, as women, as people, full stop. We are here to love, but we're also here to fight for one another, fight for yourself, stand up for yourself, cut any people, situation, places, or things that no longer serve, because we are elevating and we don't need to cut anybody off in any harsh energy. It doesn't have to still be, you know, thick and picky and horrible. You can let people go with love. It can be, you know, that, you know, that was kind of how I was dealing with the day, like, miss you, you know, that kind of vibe. And life just got on, you know what I mean? And it's that kind of energy, you know, and we just laughed and we danced and we full enjoyed ourselves. We never allowed anybody or anything to inhibit, and I weren't about to make anybody feel uncomfortable. It's about us expressing ourselves. So it felt almost like confronting that situation was like that, you know, like the first refining of this cutting cord situation, and the dancing and the, you know, expressing yourself and letting things go and just being is the result of just allowing and being in full acceptance of where you are, what's happening. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave you guys with that one. But like I said, join the Patreon. Um, we are currently on chapter 4, but the rest of the videos are there. Feel free to join us. It's a beautiful energy. Um, the participation is wonderful. I look forward to my Tuesdays. Excuse me. I'm also thinking about doing another day. I'm deciding what I want to do. I kind of want to do um, a Reiki themed thing that I do each week. Um, and I really want to be really quite intentional about that as well, because we're doing a lot of healing over there on Patreon, and I want to just keep giving more value, and also just ensuring that although we are opening up healing and elevating, that we're also uh you know, like every time you purge and you get rid of something, you have to then fill it with something positive. And that's the energy. Once you get rid of something, you move something, you know, you replace it with good energy. That no longer serves. Now I'm going to replace it with this, you know. And I want to be mindful that I'm doing that. I mean, each session will do that anyway. But I want something separate where those who are not necessarily wanting to do the book club, they're not really wanting to do any kind of deep dive work, but rather to be worked on and have, you know, Reiki treatments every week. You know, it's going to be a beautiful space. I do guided meditations. Some of you would know that already, who come to the guided meditation that I do with Daryl Whitaker when we do our astrology and tarot breakdown, and we do that for the full and new moon. So yes, there is so much on offer down on the Patreon. Like I said, I haven't been on here much, and I just wanted to just do a YouTube video. I just had this energy like, oh, do a YouTube, you know, because engagement hasn't been very much. I have my, you know, my good followers, my staunch followers on the IG and on Patreon. So I just building we're building. We've just started, but we're building, and we are enjoying every moment as we connect, participate, and yeah, just keep it pushing, really. So yeah, links are in the description box for your personal readings as well. Check out the link tree. Check out the Candly for all the different varieties of readings and treatments available. And yeah, man, I just thought let me come on here, talk out the things, and also let you guys know what's going on with the Patreon and on some unshameless plug-in thing, because there's things of value down there, and one-on-ones, group sessions. So those who feel like, oh, I don't really want to do the group thing, there was one-on-ones, and I'm loving my one-on-one sessions as well. They are it's extremely powerful, and we can take our time, and there is yeah, much growth and much development, and yeah, much love, and take care, my lovelies. Blessings.